four-time Mr Olympia Jay Cutler. Welcome to my channel, Jay Cutler TV, and make sure to stay in tune with the newest and updated videos. Subscribe below, guys. Thank you so much for following along.
Hi, you guys, I'm X6, and this is the day after the historical 2018 Mr. Olympia in Vegas, and I got my good friend Stanimal here, and right behind him is actually the house of the four-time Mr. Olympia Jay Cutler. And Stan had, oh, video's playing. Let me just cut that out. Live TV. So one of Stan's wish on his bucket list, he said, was to actually come to Jay's house and visit the office and just, you know, talk a little bit with him. So Stan, first of all, I want to congratulate you for outstanding performance at the Mr. Olympia. You didn't get the placing you wanted.
Yeah, but I wasn't. That's what matters the most for me, is that I didn't bring my best. I mean, my condition was there. I just didn't fill up enough, so I wasn't 100%. Placing is secondary to me. It's just I want to keep improving.
Yeah.
I think that's what I've done anyway, so that's what I'm happy with. And
but then the very next
anyway,
day,
so
you win anyway. As
exactly.
we were talking about in the interview, the very next day, you still get to win. Your brother Sean Roden is now the 2000.
I lost my voice, of course.
We all lost our voices.
Once I heard new, I just lost it. So.
And so, like we said, like we talked about yesterday backstage, I'm so happy for you, for Chris, for Sean, for your whole entire team. Sean keeps saying it's a team effort, and it's obviously true. Did you sleep at all last night? Did you guys stay up all night?
Yeah, we basically stayed up all night. We got back to the hotel, it was 3 a.m. and then Chris Aceto was leaving, so he was so excited and pumped up. And then when I went to bed, but like for an hour and some, and Sean, I don't think he slept at all. And then we woke up early to get some pictures, nice pictures at the sunrise. And yeah, but we're just enjoying the moment. That's what we've been doing so far, and that's what we're gonna keep doing. And yeah, that's why it's so great, is just have such a great team, like great people around, and sharing all these moments together. And those are memories for life, and those things are priceless. So.
And it's really cool with this day and age, because that's one good thing with social media. You can't capture all that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you pretty much documented the entire prep, with your your series on Generation Iron, and then of course Sean on his YouTube. So this is the kind of stuff that it's great, because as you're living it, you can rewatch it. I mean, I wish I had all that stuff on camera back in the day, because I went through the same thing you did back in '06 and stuff, and I remember very vividly. And I was telling you that after even Friday night prejudging, I was like, wow, I'm reliving all those moments for you guys, and it's so great that you get to experience that. And I'm so happy for you, for Sean, for his entire team. He's not here today. He's actually at the Seminar of Champion. This is your time. We actually we're talking about this for a few weeks before you came here, and Jay said, of course, bring by the house. So we're gonna see the champ in a second, and then when you get to have you check something off your bucket list today.
Exactly. Another one. It's big week. Big week. Stepping on stage, having Sean win, and now
coming here.
The
end of a perfect weekend.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Sam.
I met you before.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you?
How was breakfast?
It was good. I'm full.
That was a long breakfast.
I know.
We ate like a lot.
You got bloodshot eyes too.
We didn't sleep.
No one slept. Does that remind you something? No one slept.
Are you relaxing out here or what?
That's right.
So you haven't slept? Why?
Well, because we were just enjoying the moment.
Exciting. Not partying or anything.
No. Just
you go out?
No, we went to the gala dinner, and then we just stayed all together, just there.
Ate where?
The
gala?
And then what?
That's it. Then we went back to the room.
Yeah, he had a photo shoot with Charles Lothian this morning at 6
I
a.m.
just talked to him, and he wants to come shoot later, maybe.
Charles?
The office, yeah.
Oh yeah.
How's the food?
Yeah.
Who, Sean?
Picture.
What?
No.
Oh, the photographer.
Charles, yeah.
Gotcha.
I called him. I was trying to be polite.
He's like, okay,
Yeah, Stanimal's coming up, and I forgot. You sent me the pictures,
Okay.
from the beach and all that shit. Those are like the Pervin out shots he shot.
Oh.
Ice cream is good.
He shot with him with the comparison to Lilabrada, yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty close, actually. It was awesome.
Nice.
His kid's a good bodybuilder, Lilabrada's kid.
Yeah, Hunter. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
He's doing nationals.
I think so.
All right. ripped his
Quads
shorts.
are so big. The Incredible Viking.
Literally called him out.
We get so many comments about
Victor
these
shouldn't
shirts.
talk.
He's got
The
no room
swag
to
ain't
talk.
so good. So. All right, so is this official now? Are we
That's
on
it.
film?
You ready to do this?
Okay, this is Stanimal's like dream and wish is to come touch the Sandows, and he actually held one last night,
Yeah.
which I didn't. So it
That's
kind of lets us.
huge.
I know, but it's a lot heavier than mine.
I know.
I'm sure when you contacted me prior, you said I'd love to see the office. You probably never thought you'd hold a Sandow trophy, like, or did you plan on winning?
No, I mean I was hoping for. But
And it's just like I said, like, I went on record and I did kind of a prediction. I said Phil was going to win 8. And that was based off, okay, Phil Heath comes in like Phil Heath expectations, right? So I think, if Phil came in at his absolute best, there would have been a problem, right? But I don't know, could Sean have beaten him? I mean, it's only talk, really, if they compare.
it's
But
hard to tell.
I expected Phil to show up better than ever. And obviously that didn't happen. So,
No,
and
just
Sean was his
something.
best ever,
Yeah.
right? So, it'd be good if we would have been able to see the two at their best next to each other, but that definitely wasn't Phil's best. Just like I said, in Coleman, 06 wasn't his best.
But yeah. I mean, Phil's been declining over the last few years.
Yeah.
And Sean, after a setback last year, he just came full power this
I
year.
think he's got his number now. So
It was really special.
it's pretty awesome what he predicted in the interview, and you were standing there when we did it. Also, right? You were shooting art for us,
Yeah.
but. It's funny that he said I'm going to expose him and this, and people talk is cheap, right? I mean, even Phil said that at the press conference from the videos I saw. But you can say I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then, like Phil said, well, you said you're going to do this every year, and obviously this year it came to fruition. I mean,
he had a lot of things going on for him before. Like a lot of people don't know because he wasn't talking so much. Like Sean is very quiet.
yeah, of course, yeah.
So he keeps things pretty private. But last year he had his job working for a lot of months and couldn't eat. And then came back, he was like 230, skinny fat, and then just, he still managed to get tough.
I remember
fat.
because Chris told me, and he said, man, it's like he's going to have a tough time. But, he said there was a lot of, we all overcome stuff getting ready for shows, you know what I mean? And that's the learning curve of.
That's why he doesn't, broadcast it. And
But people think it's like when you go and win, I won 4 times, and they think, man, that must have just been like, your body was just clicking,
Yeah.
That wasn't always the case. I was always struggling with different things. So
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that you were part of it. I was really thankful for him acknowledging all the people that were a part of his team. And I look back when it really brought back to me, I could sit there, and when I stood there and watched, and of course Angie was like viewing like men's bodybuilding for the first time, she said, man, I wish I was there when you were doing your best, because she's, what does it feel like? And I said, man, I understand his mindset right now, because your team around you means so much, man. And you don't realize, like, you guys go to the gym every day, and I'm sure every day he wasn't in the best mood. And he trained, and certain days you pushed harder than others, right? But you realize after, and you reminisce and say, damn, how did I get here? And then you look back at your team and you're like, fuck, it's like, without these guys I couldn't have done it. But you were obviously fighting for one goal too. So in a way, you were being like selfish to your business, he was being selfish to his, and of course Chris, who's training you guys, and then all the other people that just wanted to come in for either fun or to learn or whatever else. Those people were like, they were just coming in also, and they were all part of the system. But I know you brought in some different, Bumstead came in and trained with you for a minute.
We had Sergi Constance training for a while.
So there's a lot of people that had a lot of moving parts to the system. So I'm sure they feel a great part of it,
Yeah, for sure. But I think that's the best part of like anything you achieve in life. And I think, that's just to be able to share with some of the other people. Because if you win and you're top of the world by yourself, you're lonely.
Yeah.
So
Good point.
Yeah.
You ready to do this? You ready to see the office?
I'm ready.
He's been waiting for a while.
Only pictures.
No, all right, there you go. All right, go.
You guys just get here?
Yeah, like 5 minutes.
Okay.
The guard dog.
Come on, Daisy.
The guard dog.
All right, so first, Dan. It's changed because we got a different cabinet. I did, yeah. So, 02, 3, and 4, Arnold. Most musculars, which at the time, like, it was very uncommon that the guy that won the show got the most muscular. I don't know if you even recall it from all of them. So there's, I won the most muscular every year. I won Arnold. This is a little separate from the other stuff. I'm trying to think, there was another, this was from the Pro Ironman I won, I think, most muscular. I think that's what that is. But see, they used to give, like, even this, like it says second place, 2001 Olympia. Like the Olympians used to give certain stuff.
Yeah.
Lonnie Keeper gave me this Lifetime Achievement Award. Like there's some other stuff here, but
What's this word?
someone gave it to me as a gift. My partner with the Vegas show gave me that.
How much do you think those cups are worth?
They said 15,000.
Wow. I was wondering.
Okay, that's what I was told. All right, so don't mind if I so is it? This is what it is. So you guys seen it with all the videos, but.
Yeah, but it's way more impressive in person. Wow.
All right, so little history, bro. So when I started this case,
Yeah.
my designer said, okay, I had all these trophies and all these things, medals in boxes. And I said, I really want to display them. So when she did the design for the box, to have it made, you know, we figured, okay, how big of a frame, I mean, it cost me a fortune for this. I think it was like, this was alone, I think this one was like 3,000. So she displayed it, and obviously this was all the second place finishes. And at the time, I had just won the first Olympia, I think. So we weren't sure how far I was gonna go.
Yeah.
Although I had planned to win 5, that was my goal. I didn't really plan on going further than that. So when we started winning more golds after we built the house, because the house was built in 07, you know, she built that one for the gold. So I was gonna say, okay, I'm gonna do a separate box for the golds, you know? And somehow it ended up, and I said, okay, the final 2, I'm gonna do gold frames, and I'm gonna have the last 2 golds in there. And obviously, you know what happened in the last year, I tore the bicep, but I finished second to Phil Heath.
Yeah.
So that's why there's a silver up there, which is kind of disappointing, because I wanted the top to be all the gold ones, but so we have all of them are in order, like 01, 03, 04, 05, and 2008 to Dexter.
Oh yeah.
And then 11 to Phil. It's all the silvers. And then obviously 06, 7, 9, and 10. So the top one's the 10. And then you get like, these are all, of course, that go with all the medals, right? You get 3 different medals when you won the Olympian. The bronze one was a participating medal, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, the 2 medallions you get for winning. They still do the same, no?
No, Sean didn't get a medallion.
No, he didn't get the Joe Weider signature thing, right?
That
He just got
stinks.
He
Yeah.
just got the medal, right?
That's right. That sucks.
So, and then, of course, the 4 Sandows.
Yeah. They're all unique, right?
So hold that, his Sandow compared to...
It's smaller than the...
Yeah,
Much
they
smaller.
changed it when Phil won the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Wow. Is the name on it? Oh, you don't have the name on the other guys?
It just says Sandow, I think. Yeah.
Because on Sean's they have all the Mr. Olympia names. all
Oh
the
wow.
champions.
What do you mean?
They put like on here you can see all the champions who won Mr.
Really?
Olympia.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But up until then, bro, so just so you know, I don't know, you've heard me probably say this before, no Sandow is the same.
Yeah.
So like this one, look, I always mention this, like, and honestly, you'll see how a lot of them are bent. So when Bob would bring it to me, he's like, oh yeah, we took it out of the box, and it was, a lot of these were bent because they got dropped or whatever backstage.
Yeah.
But you'll see like the person, like they lean different, like this one leans different from this, the color's different. Obviously this spins, look at the bar where it's set. See how it's set at the end of this one?
Yeah.
Look where it sets on this.
Right.
So no Sandow is the same, although these are similar. If you notice, this one's longer. Look at how long this is compared to this. So, and these are just books my friend gave me about the history of Sandow. Dr. Zach, actually. So I had all the pedestals set for this, you know.
That's awesome.
I paid $500 a piece to have all these made. So I had all these done, and I have a couple back here, but This is Charles's picture.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's
The goal of the office still, obviously, there's a few more. There's a lot more stuff to hang.
4 Mr Olympia out of 5 on this.
It's crazy. But I would love to get this signed by every one of the athletes.
That'd be great.
That's my goal. I just don't want to take. I'd have to take it out of the frame and all that, you know. But he gave me that as a gift.
It's awesome.
Chris Getton did this strip for me. See this picture strip? Yes. So Chris Getton moved over from the UK, and he actually had a job with Flex doing like just miscellaneous stuff, and he's took all those pictures and put it on as a gift. I think it was a Christmas gift, or when I won the Olympia.
Yeah, it was one of the last year. Yeah,
He actually brought Flex Lewis to my house.
that's when he gave you that. Yeah.
And Flex Lewis was like 21, and Chris was in town, and I invited them to my victory party, which was thrown for me, and it had like all my achievement like pictures from the years up. I had like a surprise party where like a bunch of local people came.
Yeah.
Gustavo Bedell came at the time, but Flex Lewis get to come to that party, so he was like a kid in a candy store. This is before he even thought about being anything, you know.
He wasn't even a pro.
No, but he was still he was bulky.
Yeah.
But that's like when he was still trying to figure out where he was going to live, and I think he was living in California at the time or something, or
Yeah.
living
People's
before he got
couch.
settled in and everything, you know.
People's
Before
couches.
Gaspari?
We
Oh yeah, he wasn't
that.
making no money then.
No, he was just a kid with a dream, you know. He
Yeah.
just came over from Wales.
Yeah.
So, Sean Ray gave me that Olympia sign, which he stole from
He stole.
California. So when he came out after I won the Olympia, he had secured that, and he said, if I ever win the Olympia, at least I'll have the Olympia sign. Well, he gave that to me as a gift
At Lonnie Teeper's show.
because he knew now it was over for him, and he said, I'm going to give it to you if someone finally won the Olympia. Obviously, my covers. This is gifts. Dave did a bunch of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Along with my attorney, which was like, tells a couple things. This was a gift from a fan. Like, you put a light on this, they actually sent the light and everything, and when you shine the light, the stars light up like this. So like a lot of this is just art that the fans gave me. Obviously sports memorabilia. These are the Hummer trucks they gave me on stage. These are actual Hummers.
Classic, right?
Yep. So they would give me the toys. So it goes 1, 2, 3, from the bottom up. The biggest one is the one I won in 02. So they'd say, like Hummer would give that to me, and they say, okay, when you want to order your truck, you can play, and I would order the truck to my specs. So whatever I wanted, all the custom stuff on it. So they would give me a toy, and I won all the H2s they ever had. So they stopped giving. They gave an H1 Ronnie in 2001. 02, 3, and 4, they gave the H2. I was the first one to have an H2 Hummer on the West Coast, and they delivered it to San Juan Capistrano because I was living in Orange County, and I sold it right from the dealership. The guy who owned Flex Equipment actually bought it from me. He wanted it so bad.
Mark Miley.
So that's that, and of course all the other covers, art. Muscle Tech made me that when I won one year. That was like at their office. And obviously all my props and stuff, trophies that the fan, like this is from Mexico. Yeah, some guy in Mexico made it for me when I went out to the Mr. Mexico show. But this right here is a gift, and this is, I don't know if you know the history of the Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, the beer that started it. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how Joe Eater started the Olympia name when he was sitting with Larry. Who was the first Mr. Olympia?
Larry Scott. Yeah.
They were sitting around drinking, and they said, "What are you going to call the contest?" And he said, "Olympia beer." So this is actually the brand that the Olympia name came from. That a lot of people don't know about. Of course, my props. This is my props for the new outdoor. Muscle and Fitness covers. My first one, 22. This, bro, was taken in the marina.
Yeah.
Outside Cheesecake Factory, right? You know the beach with the water right there by the Jamaica Bay Inn? That was right there.
Wow.
Right on the waters, in the very water. We weren't supposed to be in there, but that was shot there. Night of Champions win, New York Pro now. That was my first professional win. That ring is actually sitting with the Sandows.
Yeah, sorry.
That's when it was the NOC. You know Rob Godwin, right? Trains people at Golds.
Oh yeah,
Dennis.
yes.
He's kind of heavier now, but he competes. Yeah, that's
He
him.
was training with
Eric DeMoro. Yeah. They gave me like an honorary SWAT badge and everything. That's that. obviously all the different countries. My favorite Flex magazine ever. Me tearing up Dexter and Phil when they
Yeah.
09 for the comeback. You know, you remember that?
Yeah, I remember even the video of you.
That's my favorite one.
I wonder why.
What else? This is my least favorite Flex cover ever. I look like
Oh,
a fat
yeah.
guy on it. I was pissed. I was actually pissed about
What's with that hair too? I don't know why you chose
I don't know
that
why
one.
they chose that. And obviously the Arnold trophies. This is probably as heavy. If you pick this up, this is probably as heavy as the new sand. The new sand was.
Because of the base also.
Yeah, maybe a little lighter still.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I had that heavy sand down.
Maybe you have to do a comeback. You have to do a comeback and get number 5 so you can hit it.
Jason Ellis shot that picture.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Me with Schwarzenegger 03 winning the Arnold. That picture in my backyard with the towel, I was 21 there. Some other covers, you know. It's a lot of history.
It's amazing how many things.
And listen, I got a ton of other stuff I just haven't hung because I have these professional hanger people come in and hang the stuff for me because they just place it like so it sits there on the wall. But so I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna change stuff around to fit more things.
Big office.
Yeah.
But this is
And the living large.
yeah. I think this is probably the best display of bodybuilding achievement stuff.
like a museum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And like you know, Sergio got to come out.
Cody Montgomery.
Cody Montgomery was here.
Matt Jensen.
Yeah,
Matt,
Jensen
that's right.
just came. Yeah.
Maybe we can start charging for people to come and see the office. As an attraction.
Well, remember, I mean, until last night, you never really held a standout
Yeah,
trophy. So now you can see the difference on how it's transpired too, you know? And the thing is with me, like, and you know my career, I came back in 13. And that was that picture.
Yeah.
And that's when only time Sean got to compete against me was 13.
Oh.
He never got to compete with me before that. Because in 11, he wasn't there yet. I mean, he didn't really start making his thing until we sat down in that.
Yeah.
in that
And you skipped 12, so that was his first one. I
Orlando,
think.
yeah. So I came back in 13. I should have came back in 14 because it was the 50th anniversary. If I gave myself that extra year, I probably would have been able to be better than 6th place. I think,
sure.
You know, Sean beat me that year. Dexter Jackson beat me, and all those guys there beat me pretty much. I was 6th. Ron was the first year. Rami was in it, and he was 7th, which was questionable. He probably should have beat me that year too, but you know, I was a lot smaller then. It was hard coming back, you know.
But that was that year you peaked early too. You were like really ready.
I was ready, but the problem was I didn't have the size I used to have, and that sometimes
That's what you wanted.
judging. I liked my look better, to be honest. I think I looked better like 2 weeks prior from the show, of course, the day of the show, but I actually was more streamlined, which I think was better. Just like 09 was more streamlined than, I mean, I won 273, my first Mr. Olympia in 06. And then in 09, I was 255, which I think there was tighter condition, but not as big. So it just goes to show like bigger isn't better, and hence Big Rami.
Yeah.
I mean, Rolly's right there. He just needs to tighten up a little more. You know, Phil, I think, was trying to be too big.
Yeah.
I think he needs to.
Especially last night in the finals, he tried,
Yeah.
instead of coming tighter, he tried to come in fuller.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, that's how I beat Coleman, was just, you know, trying to be bigger and, of course, being fuller, right?
Yeah.
So we have to play our own game, and I think Sean was smart by, you know, working on his strong points. And I think it's the same thing you have to look at, and obviously you switch divisions now, and you're just kind of getting your feet wet in that new division. But you know, being on that big stage, what was it like for you?
It was awesome. But well, the funny thing is that was the more calm I've ever been on stage. Less stressed.
Well, because I think the diet, listen, there's no easy diet for you, but from what Dave told me, he watched you pose. How many weeks out was that?
Not long, like 2 weeks.
And
We went up
he
there?
called me right away, and he's like, dude, Stan is like...
Ready. Just,
And Chris Aceto told me, he's like, this kid, he didn't know that we were even close or whatever, and he's like, this kid's Stan. I'm like, Stanimal, yeah, of course I know. He's like, man, he's like the sleeper in the show, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I know if
How did you end up doing?
I got 13th place.
You're happy with that?
I don't mind the placing. I wasn't 100%. I wasn't full. We played it safe, And but it's the first time.
So you
I
didn't
worked
look
with-
like you had previously.
No, I wasn't. I didn't look as hard. I didn't because the weight thing. I have to come down, and I'm good around like 215, 218.
What'd you have to come to?
207, and I was 210 on stage. And I have pictures when I was like 213. Even just that, I was just super hard and peeled.
Yeah.
And it gives me a completely different look. Then I look a little small even when I'm flat. So. Yeah.
First Olympia.
Yeah.
He didn't do so well the first time.
Most people
Okay.
don't.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Sergio, right?
Same
What'd
thing.
Sergio finish?
I don't know. Out of the top 10.
Last?
Yeah, I don't know. Out of
I
Probably
think
close.
I think you posted something about that last night, didn't you? Your a post about your first ever Olympia.
Yeah, I mean,
The one I sent you, Stan.
I finished second to last, and
Yeah.
I was devastated, and I was like sitting in our hotel room, like, man, am I that bad? 15 out of 16. I got the last call out. Back then, like, at least they call guys out, really. And it was like back then, it was only 16 guys, and like if you got that last call, it was like you felt horrible. But and I looked great.
Yeah. You're just the best of the best.
But it took me. I moved up to 8th the next year, and to be honest, at 8th I wasn't as good. I wasn't as good as I was at 15th the year prior, and then of course 2001
Boom.
I lit the stage up.
Yeah.
But that was a lighter weight too, 255.
Yeah.
2001. So it just shows like I've been as high as 273, but my best, is I turned pro at 248, 23. My best is still in the 50s, 5'9". I think Phil, these guys all lie. I would be curious. I know Sean was in his 240s last night though. I know he says,
I know it was like about 250-ish.
yeah, he's
Maybe
close.
he came down even more. I don't know.
He was right at the line at 2, so it just goes, and he's probably a little taller than me,
Yeah.
So, it just it's just when Rami's trying to be 310, 315, it's just not going to work,
Yeah, and that's also what Flex would have never won because he tried to chase size over Dorian when he should have played the same card as Flex and Flexatron, and probably would have been a different outcome. I know Dorian said he wasn't worried. Once he saw Flex was chasing him on the size game, he was like, "That's my thing." So,
Yeah. So what's next?
For me, going to Korea next week.
Competing.
Yeah, Asian Grand Prix.
So you're gonna try to come in fuller then.
Yeah.
Still gonna make the weight though, right?
Yeah. I mean, the weight wasn't really an issue. We made it pretty easy. I was 206, but it's after that I had a couple of rice every 2 hours. So I could have gone a little bit more. But it's fine. It's normal. First time working with Chris, it was my best shape, and the car, but we just
So you go to Korea, then what?
Then the Legion.
Okay, that's Menez's new show, right? Mm-hmm. When is that?
The week after.
2 weeks, 2 weeks after the
That
Olympia.
show, right?
Yes.
then he has to
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
How did Danny do?
12s. I got 13s. We're like next to each other.
Oh, he got pushed down, huh?
He was same as me. He wasn't full, but he didn't make weight at first.
Well, he looked impressive when we saw him.
Crazy.
I thought his best he ever looked.
Anaheim. Yeah.
Anaheim, a few weeks ago.
So great.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you 2 weeks before, a week before, 20 minutes
Jeremy
before.
Lemieux, the men's physique, same thing. He looked amazing, and then he just flattened out. Sometimes it hurts to be a little too ready.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I heard Sean wasn't ready from a bunch of people, and then
Everybody is, because that's the thing. Everybody always, they don't know him.
Yeah.
Chris Acelo's been working for them for a long
Yeah,
time, and if he picks him too soon, then it
Yeah.
doesn't work. But he knows exactly how to bring him right on time.
yeah.
And the last week here in Vegas is always a huge difference. By like every 2 hours, you can see
Of
his body
course, yeah.
change.
That's what Chris had told me though. He's very dangerous. I went and saw Chris on
In Tampa.
Olympia, Meet the Olympians night.
Oh yeah.
I went and spent like 2 hours with Chris at his hotel, and he told me, man, he's, this guy, whatever. A couple people showed up when I was there. Zane Watson showed up, and that kid Henry.
Henry.
Yeah.
He got fourth place, I think.
In what?
In Classic.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sean's done it for bodybuilding now. Now the classic.
Yeah.
Telling you, man.
Yeah. But it's on the West Coast.
Yeah.
We had Danny, then Brian. Brian keeps in
Well, you're smart for competing now and doing these other shows and just trying to
qualify.
learn your body, man. And
While
Because
you're
I'm
in shape
right there
already.
now, so you just like, for example, I woke up Saturday and I started eating my meals back on diet, and I was 213 and Chris was like, no, that's not good. You have to go back up to 220 or something. Go eat some burger and some pancakes or something. So I've been eating all day.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows the rebound is always good to
That's right.
come back down in a week or so, you know?
Especially me since I'm gonna fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't want me to be eating carbs much on the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a long flight. I've never been to Asia, so.
I heard the fans are crazy there.
Yeah,
though.
that's what I've heard, yeah.
That's Alex's show. I think Alex runs that show. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's I was trying to figure out this. The website seems to be all in Korean, so.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, he does distribution of products and stuff, so. They used to have the 212 there. Do you still have it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
This one there or whatever. a
Yeah,
couple
you won
times.
last year and the year before.
I think Jose's going, actually. I think he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That'd be good. At least the one I know there.
When you heading back home?
Tomorrow I'm gonna stay here tonight, rest a little bit, and then tomorrow we drive.
Your photo shoots are done.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot more with Charles.
Yeah,
So it's sunset. We did sunrise. Now we're gonna go Red Rock at sunset.
Studio.
Yeah.
A lot of people shooting at the factory today, I guess.
Yeah. But it's also we like shooting together with Sean, so it's pretty cool.
Mhm.
We just,
It's only like 3 minutes from here, you know, the factory.
yeah.
Super close, yeah. It's one exit down. I don't know if you know, you passed right by it.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
exit.
I
You
mean,
passed Cheyenne, the
Matt
next
told me.
exit.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt told me the other day that he was really close to in the office.
Yeah.
Is that where you normally train?
Sometimes, I mean, it depends. It's super hot in the summertime here, so
Yeah.
it gets hot in there. But I like going there when it's super quick. But if I need specialized equipment, because I'm not training like crazy, like
Free weights.
trying to do, like if I do like chest, I want to do some machines first to warm up. And
Right.
I'm more scared of muscle tears and whatever now.
Yeah.
So I like to do things just to kind of get some blood going, and sometimes the free weights aren't always the best thing. So I'll go there. They have the best leg equipment in Vegas, probably. Like they got all the good equipment there for legs. So I like training legs there. But if it's crowded, it's a little tough.
Yeah.
But they're good people over there. But I have a lot of options, a lot of gym options, you know.
They don't have the gold gym here anymore. Right?
No, it's EOS Fitness, but I go there a lot too.
Mm.
That's why when I go to Venice, I like training amongst these guys. And,
Right.
you know, it's good to see like people actually training together again and actually really being there for each other. Because before it was like, you see people training together, but it's not like it's too competitive. They're not really there for each other. It's
Yeah. No, we were like all day. Like we would wake up in the morning, go train first
yeah.
workout, then go to firehouse together, then come back train
Yeah.
again, then come back.
I mean, it's helps that you're not in the same division, though. I think a little bit. You know, if
Yeah.
you're fighting for the crown, like it's really hard to. I mean, even when Phil and I was never really on the other side. I was winning, but he was trying to learn from me, and then of course, you know, he beat me, and I kind of stopped after that. I kind of stepped away.
I
but-
think that's what happened also with Dexter and Sean. They were training
Yeah.
together at first, and then when Sean became a threat, they kind of like.
I wonder how Dexter feels about winning.
No, he was happy with him. He was happy for him last
I mean, a lot of the guys, the fucking crowd was awesome, man. It was so
Yeah,
happy.
it was so. Yeah.
You got like, everyone jumped out of the seats. I know I did. So.
Yeah. I lost my voice. It was like, and no sound came out.
But I don't know if you remember when I was at Gold's, when I was there like 3 weeks ago, whatever. I was like, Sean, you know, you gotta be poised on stage and da da da. I mean, I always every year I said, dude, you're like dead on stage, you know.
Yeah.
So you go out there and just like, you don't have to be a dick, or be arrogant and like hit the guy, but like go out there and act like stay up,
Yeah.
Right.
and just really be like
Oh,
Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
Like you're here and you're confident, whatever, but without being arrogant. It's hard to do that. Like I think sometimes Phil gets up there and he's so aggressive that it
Yeah.
seems like he's arrogant, but that's just him like showing that, hey, I want this. And you know, Sean was just like very even keeled. It seemed like, and he went through his poses and
Nonchalant.
he didn't think
he
it was
used
no
to be.
effort. You know, and when there's no effort, they like that. You know, it shows like, man, he's here to claim
He's
this
practiced,
thing.
yeah.
And, but I'm sure right now he's already thinking, shit, how can I retain this thing next year? You know?
He doesn't seem worried. He's like,
No, but was he worried about anything?
no.
I mean, he's probably sleeping somewhere right now.
Yeah. He's-
Under the stairs somewhere.
He's super focused, isn't he, all the time?
Yeah. So, but it's awesome, man. You guys did a good job, and
We're happy for you.
it's excited, man.
Oh yeah, sure. I will be training with Mr. Olympia.
It's pretty fucking awesome. You might sleep with his hand out for a week. And,
But yeah, not even. He was just keeping it in his room. Like we were carrying everything everywhere yesterday. That thing is heavy. He was like, I don't want to lift it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, He said he's gonna give it to his daughter to play with.
She's gonna get hurt.
That won't last long. Gotta find a spot for it now. Put it in that new house of his.
Yeah, here's a little gift for appreciation for you. I know you like watches. It's not the same type of watches I usually have. But
Well, it's not the same price, but appreciate it, guys. Let's check out what we got brewing here. Like, I need more timepieces. I just got a new watch this week, actually.
You're never on time. What do you need watches for?
Oh, shit. Tim, you guys stepped up your game with this.
I told you would like it. It's like the one we were wearing yesterday, doesn't it?
It's
Kind of looks like that?
Yeah, but just got an autumn here.
very minimalist.
it's an automatic. Yeah.
Wow.
Called the Classic.
Pretty.
This is a new one, or what?
Yeah.
These
It's
are
cool.
new, one of three.
Huh?
We'll get you the other one sent out, I'm pretty sure.
You don't think this is going to fit my wrist, do you?
It used to be butterfly clip.
Huh?
Yeah, there's
on the
one
back,
more.
so if you pop it, stand.
So here.
I was going to say.
But
there you
we
go.
want to give you this, not so much because it's the
First
watch
illusion.
or the firm that we work with, but it's because in the time that you've spent with Stan and you've inspired him, we wanted that to be represented with a gift that fits, and we felt the watch would be the best gift as opposed to a pair of shoes or whatever.
Heavy, huh?
Wow.
And we
Very
just want
nice.
that relationship over time to continue and grow stronger.
That's awesome, man. You designed this thing?
Looks good on you.
I appreciate
It
it.
does suit you.
Old clock.
Small
My clocks are never on time, so everyone watching this. I always said that people don't wear watches to tell time anymore.
No, we got
They only wear them as a piece, you know.
Yeah, sure.
You're not wearing yours though.
No, it's in my bag.
So
Very cool.
that's awesome, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming, Stan.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me here. Yeah, it's really, really special.
So a lot of these covers, there's some more in the garage, but I just didn't bring them all in once I started putting it together. You know, I won the first year, Muscle Tech, the whole staff signed that picture and gave it to me. It actually got shipped to me and it had glass, but it got smashed on the way here. I never replaced the glass, actually.
All the way from Canada.
If there was anything else, that blanket, obviously, some fans made all old those blankets. I don't just make blankets myself. And a couple of newspaper articles, all that stuff. So I wish I had every single memorabilia piece I could find. I mean, the fans send them all to me, but you know, it's pretty cool to have, you know, have all this stuff, man. The thing is, if I ever move, you know, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
We talked about doing when we did a store
Yeah.
or a gym, like taking all this and putting it in one location. But my concern is the value of these.
Yeah.
Like these, we actually, when I won the Olympia and I owned Max Muscle Venice, I called Ramen Chang. I said, hey, I want to get an extra Sandow for the store. He's like, well, Jay, that's like impossible. I said, okay, I want to make a replica. And he said it would be very difficult to do, but you know, those things have a lot of value also.
Yeah. Sure. I've seen someone was selling one on eBay.
I know, but they say they're like 25 grand.
Wow.
30,000.
Someone's selling one?
20.
Aaron bought one. Aaron Singerman bought one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he paid 7 grand for it, I think.
That's it?
But I think it was like a Joe Weider had one in his office, and I think it was like just a piece, you know?
I don't think so. I think he said he bought it from an actual Mr. Olympia.
No one sold their.
Oh.
No one sold their stuff.
Oh, okay.
Everyone still got them. Frank Zane had, if you remember, Sadiq went to him. He had 3
Okay.
trophies still.
Okay.
So he had all his. I mean, all the other guys. Samir's got one.
Myself is never gonna.
Chris Dickerson's got one. You know.
Yeah, if you
I
only
don't know,
have-
actually, you know what? Those early guys didn't get a Sandow.
Oh yeah.
They got bowls or something. A lot of the early guys, like Arnold, doesn't have 7 Sandows. I don't think he has any Sandows, to be honest.
When did they start doing the sound?
I don't know what year it was, but I remember we talked about it.
Good question.
In the discussion and who had it. I don't even think in '82, and Samir might not even have one.
No.
Ask him.
83 of course.
I know
Yeah,
Haney's.
that's-
I know Haney's got 8.
Let's go ahead and send those.
Yeah. So, and Ronnie's got 8. Obviously, Phil's got a mixture of those, and the new stuff.
one.
He's got the gold one for the 50th anniversary, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But it's the same one you were holding last night. That's then when they changed it for the 50th. That's when they did the big statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the same guy's making the Sandow now, because it was one guy I know.
Yeah.
That was
It's a
doing-
lot bigger now for sure.
Yeah, a lot bigger, right?
Yeah.
Double the size of that.
Yeah, it's like until the.
And it's more straight up, right?
Yeah.
The guy's not leaning and different statue, right?
Yeah.
They You were holding that thing like it was a baby last night.
Yeah, between Chris Psycho.
Where's Psycho?
I don't know where he is right now. I think he's driving back.
He might be at the Seminar of Champion, I think.
Oh yeah?
Isn't he?
Did you go to the seminar?
No, I was at the promoter seminar, and then it was right now, so I had to leave to come.
What's the promoter seminar?
It was no, it's not a seminar. It was a meeting.
Meeting.
Yeah, it's a meeting to
Because
go
they
over
have the
the
NPC
outline
logo
of the new
right now.
rules for next year.
Oh, that's what Steve Weinberger was at.
Yeah.
I just talked to him.
Mhm.
Yeah. To go over what?
To go over the new format of shows for next year, so regional shows,
Because they-
then pro qualifiers,
Yeah,
amateur Olympia.
because when they split
all
with the
classics.
LBB, they weren't expecting to have that many shows.
Okay.
So they started having so many shows and so many pros, and so now they want to add another step. Like local shows here, you have to qualify to go pro qualifier now. So they have regional shows.
I mean, each country's now going to have a national championship
Yeah, also.
Okay.
specifically for their people.
So you
that's
can
really
compete with people of your own country.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want some water or something?
Cool. Yes, please.
Or drinks or whatever? I got different stuff in here. I got some of my favorite stuff.
Oh, sweet.
That's an actual Olympic Jordan jersey.
That's why I'm.
That's worth
number
about
9.
6,000 US. Yeah.
I can't believe you got Shaq was there last night.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one is signed by him.
Wow. Did you meet him?
No, my friend went to his camp and actually got it signed for me. He paid $5,000 to go to the camp, and he signs 2 items for you each camp, and that was one of them. Yeah. And Peyton Manning was one of my favorite ball players, of course, Celtic stuff, some of my movie stuff. This is like, I bought couches and stuff, I just never used them. So I gotta get rid of it. They're brand new, I never even used it. But I went and bought it, and then I had to, it doesn't fit
Gotta
right.
try this.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
That's Angie's, so we just moved from her place. But
Got a friend.
Yeah.
A lot of my other pictures of my dogs and stuff. She competed in bikini coach, USA.
When you design the house,